Right, we're going to look at how to unlock power and control. I've got the Shortbeggar Brothers and I've got Muhammad we're going to take a look at mostly here. I'm going to put a line on the screen at each point of contact. And what we're looking at is we're looking at the angle of his body and just what he does, how he drives his body forward into the ball. That gives shot options and it gives you the capability to increase power or decrease power as you wish. So it's pretty simple. It really works really well. So I'll flick through it and we'll keep going for a little while and then I'll pause and we'll talk about one or two of the shots. Okay, so here comes a volley and what happens is here, you see here, push his body forward and make sure he's got that angle so he can really get into a direct line hit, and it works really, really well. It's just phenomenal what happens when you get it right. You get a really strong base and you use your core muscles. So use your core muscles and angle your front shoulder down. Every one of these shots, every single one of them, he basically just angles his body down. So if you get it in a position where you're not balanced, so here, so he's not balanced, and you'll see the shot outcome. So what happens is he hasn't been able to drive his body forward, he's pushing over towards the side wall, and the shot outcome is a half court shot. So it hasn't really, he hasn't lost point with it, but it hasn't been really good. Here's another really, really good example. Right in the back corner, he's pretty much just going to jump back and jump behind the ball and then get that angle once again. So that angle is what's going to do all the power work for him. So instead of going back and spinning out and turning out, it allows him to control his body on follow through, and then it's pretty phenomenal. Right, so we'll keep going and just watch all these. Every single shot on the back end is the ones I'm actually putting the line on, no others. And so it's just gives you a pretty good indication of how often it happens, and virtually every single time he gets an opportunity to do that with his body. Okay, so here's an interesting one. He's going to take the ball behind but still maintain his body. So he's still maintaining his body angle even though he struck the ball behind. So that ball there is right back here. So it's right back here, yet he's still maintained the same line. So he hasn't stepped wide and tried to hit it level with his foot. He's actually gone, or even in front, he's actually gone and turned his wrist back and used a really strong base to actually work off. So it's pretty impressive, and it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but it's just, the outcome is pretty phenomenal and it goes really well. That's a target hit quality shot. It's just phenomenal. So it's a really, really good effort. Okay, so once again, there's your angle. Here we go, strong base, there's your angle. Every time he just drives his body into it just before he hits it. Okay, so let's watch a return of serve. So you see here, the ball's actually reasonably high. Here it comes. And he's got that little drive forward. Now put the line on his front foot instead of his back foot, because that's where the chain of swing is. You know, there's a chain of his body from his leg right through to his hitting arm. The other one, he hits off his back foot, so I'll put the line on his back foot. So this is a front foot hit. That's why the line's on his front foot now. And you'll notice that he's really driven his body in. So if we go back and have a look at that. Okay, so he's standing up straight, 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 straight. Now he starts to really drive his body in, and he actually hit that off one foot, all to get his angle of his body right. So he really wanted to put his body into the ball, and that shows you just how important it is. Wasn't a very good shot, but it's hit, the return's hit the tin, so he's got the point. So he's a winner. Alright, so it's quite a good thing to train, to work through. So you can't just go, I'm going to drop my front shoulder and this will be good. I'll be able to do this all the time. It just takes a fair bit of work. We get a shot here where he hasn't got body on the ball and he's virtually straight up over the top of the ball, so he's going to lift it up because of that. So because he didn't have the angle of his body on the ball, what he's chosen to do is defend and lift the ball up. And so therefore it takes away all the concern, and he's got more time to recover and everything else. So you've got to treat your opponent's quality shots with respect. Here we go. Angle once again. He stepped back so he could actually strike the ball with an angled body, driving his body forward, and forward is towards the front wall. So a lot of people teach and train for people to actually step toward the side wall before you strike. you can step towards the sidewall, that's fine, but you've got to make sure your body's going that way, or you've got angle or direction. So that shoulder line that we're talking is this shoulder line that points down to the floor. So we'll go through and we'll show you that a little bit more in a couple of other shots. We'll just sit through these, I'll just get rid of those, and then we'll continue. Okay, so the line just continues, it just keeps happening. Everyone is very, very similar, so it's very repeatable on what he does and how he does it. And you'll notice Marwan will do that as well. I believe that Mohammed does it so much better, that his body is in such a better position that it's really good. Okay, so this is what happens when you haven't got anybody on the ball there. So what happens is you've got nobody on the ball. His basic balance is over, and there's a pretty average shot, which opens up an opportunity. There, he's used his wrist on that one, and there's the angles back again, so now he's back in control. So now he's got full control of the ball, sort of. And there's a straight one, because he had the direct line on the ball, so he stepped and kept his body in line. There's the jump. So once again, there's that jump back. So from here, look where he takes off from. Okay, so it's like a resettling of your feet, jump and angle. So you've got to jump and maintain that body angle. And it's like he'd fall over if he just stayed there for too long. And so it'll actually drive his body back to the tee. So the line that we're talking about is this line here. That's the line of his shoulder. So this shoulder needs to aim down towards the floor. So that needs to aim down towards the floor, not up towards the roof. So if you can aim your front shoulder down towards the floor, maintain a strong body position, you'll be looking pretty good. And so if we continue this, our rally continues. Alright, we'll take a look at another serve return, and we'll see just what happens, how much he drives his body into it. Okay, so here he goes, the body will come back, everything, all his weight's on his back foot, and then front foot early, and he drives his body. And there once again is his dropping of his front shoulder, so he can get the ball through and finishes, goes cross court, and off he goes. So it's really, really quite good. It's really quite amazing just the amount of power he can generate and how much control he's got over it. And here we go. This is an amazing jump back. Here we go. And back he gets behind it, hits it up his toes, but he's still got that angle on his body, even though he's had to take this one very, very low. And he's missed it with his wrist, so if he turned his wrist back a bit further, he would have got that one. Okay, so there's a few really, really good shots. And we have a look at this one here. There, that's a real position dominance. If you can actually move backwards on a volley, maintain that angle on your body, then you're just really, really good. It's that simple. So watch what happens. Moving back, moving back, moving back, moving back. So instead of falling backwards, what he does is he lands his body, holds his structure, and then plays his shot and comes out of it. So that's pretty phenomenal. And that's the difference between just like an awesome player and just an okay player. Is that ability to hold your body structure no matter what the concern or problem is. So that's the biggest one, I reckon, that's really quite amazing. Is the ability to hold there and be really strong there and without having the ball push you around. So there's your answer to unlocking power and control. So all you need to do is pretty simple. All you need to do is just go through a process of making sure that you drop your front shoulder on every single shot as you come into the ball. Make sure you get a good body structure. You see a lot of these shots are hit off 2 feet as well. And so he's striking off 2 feet because he can get a really strong purchase on the ground through and use his core muscles. There's 2 feet. Here we go, watch another couple. And here we come. That's 1 foot there. He'll come here at 2 feet, 2 feet. And that 2 feet stance allows you to really get that angle working really good for you. So it's all just a wonderful thing. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this. This is how to actually unlock power and control And if you can like and share this video, that would be great. We'll spread the word that I'm doing a fair bit of work on these videos, so hopefully you appreciate it. And you'll like and share for everyone to enjoy them.